Eddie. What am I going to do with you?
Well, you know, she's afraid to trust me, Peggy. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't trust me.
Have Brooke stop by my office.
Excuse me? What are you going to tell her?
What do you mean? Leave that to me. Don't you have faith in me anymore, Eddie boy?
No. Of course I do. It's just that you're just a little out of circulation.
Well, I'm back, same as ever. Besides, love never changes. Don't you remember all the scrapes that I got you out of when you were a little boy?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You saved my hide from Alf more than a few times.
Not to mention Helga, she always had it in for you.
Yeah. Well, she's paid her debt.
That she has. And now it's time for me to pay mine. Tell Brooke when visiting hours are. I'm not going anywhere.
Peggy, I don't doubt you for a minute, okay? But I don't even think you can do anything about this.
You deserve to have someone nice. You're not getting any younger, in case you haven't noticed.
You are going to just get along fine in Wild Wind.
Wild Wind?
Yeah. Dimitri and we want you with us.
You know, this hospital is a giant step up from that old fogey Nevin, but I don't think the doctors would ever let me out in the real world again.
Hey, don't you give me that. You get your strength back, there's going to be no stopping you.
Well, you still have your strength, so use it. With Brooke. If you won't let me handle her, then I expect you to do a bang-up job now. Here. You take this.
But you still hanging on to this old thing?
Now, don't you go making fun. That lucky shamrock got me rescued, didn't it?
Yeah, well, then maybe you should hang on to it, okay?
No. You take it. Make a wish on it. Then go and follow your wish. Wish for your young lady.
I wish Brooke would forgive me.
Maybe I was out of line with Dixie. I know that she can make her own decisions, but with a love like Tad and Dixie have, it would be a crime to let it die.
Well, everybody deserves to find that kind of love.
We were lucky.
You'll find it, too. You'll see.
Oh, hi. I just saw Peggy and... Joe, Peggy's worried she's on her last legs. Now, what's the story? Is there anything I can say to cheer her up?
Well, things look good. I can't make a prognosis until Peggy's blood work comes back from the lab tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. I'll be there bright and early.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yeah.
I'll get out of your hair and...
Oh, I'm expected to be welcomed home, but I think this is getting a little out of hand here. Oh, Stephen, hi, come on.
Hey there. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hi. Your company. I'm sorry. Look, I should have called. I'll check at the hospital.
No, hey, wait, don't rush off. There's no need for that.
No, not exactly.
Well, listen, if there's anything you want to talk to Joe and me about, come on, let's just do it privately, all right? Come in the kitchen.
Oh,
Go.
yes. Excuse us.
Ruth isn't very subtle, is she?
Don't look at me.
What, you had no idea I was here?
I'll leave.
Are you in a hurry?
No?
Good. You said the next move would have to be mine, right?
Right.
Well, you know, just because I'm not throwing myself at your feet, it doesn't mean that I haven't thought about what you said a lot.
You know, for your first move, you don't have to throw yourself at anything.
I know that. A lot of things have happened. I'm just a little confused.
Is it me that's the cause of your confusion? Or is it Tad?
Tad is in California with Dixie. My current state of confusion centers right here in Pine Valley on us. You and me.
Well, I'll help you unmuddle things any way I can.
You know what I keep remembering? The first time we met.
McKay's, coffee, pink blouse, blue jacket.
I fell in love with you on the spot.
Took you long enough to say so.
Not that long. Not for cautious me. I mean, I jumped in with both feet and I never looked back.
It'll be one of the highlights of my autobiography.
If you write it honestly, and I think you will, it'll also be one of the sadder chapters of your book.
Well, I had it kind of rough, you know. I didn't know who I was.
I know. I kept making excuses. I should have known that your problems weren't going to just disappear overnight.
You tried to help.
And I ended up alone. End of one very sad chapter.
Well, I've solved those problems. I believe that. And I wanted to pick up where we left off. But I get it. You can't go back. So, thanks for telling me the way it is. Sorry.
Where are you going?
Off into the sunset.
You think that maybe if we went back to the beginning, we could do things differently?
Rewrite chapter 1?
It's been done before. I think it's certainly worth a shot. What do you say?
You don't know how much I would love to obliterate the past. You know, I keep hoping I pick up a new copy of Tempo and see last August on a date.
Well, it's spring now. Spring is a time for new beginnings.
So we'd be starting fresh, from scratch.
If you're game.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hi.
Edmund Grey. I've seen you around the office. Brooke, is it?
Oh, you're the one that wrote that wonderful article on housing discrimination.
I'd love to give you the inside scoop about it some night over dinner.
Business or pleasure?
Both.
What night did you want to have dinner?
Tonight.
Well, let me check my calendar. Well, that's amazing. I'm free.
It's cold out, so I'm gonna you wait here. I'll get the car and I'll pull it up, okay?
Thanks. Well, I was expecting a cheeseburger.
Well, you can have that if you want. Anything your little heart desires. Because tonight we're celebrating. You being you and me being me and us starting over.
Well, we're really doing it up big. Nice.
Well, you didn't read Phoebe's latest article? You're taking a woman out for the first time, you do not trim the trimmings.
Oh, right. And you listen to Aunt Phoebe's do's and don'ts, right?
Hell, I'll do anything to score points with you. But if you want to paint the downscale side of town red, that's fine with me. I'm easy. But that outfit is definitely upscale.
No, this is great. This is terrific. Yeah, then again, downscale's looking better and better.
Dimitri, old man, how are you? Erica.
Oh, Edmund, what a nice surprise. Brooke, you look as lovely as ever.
Oh, thank you, Dimitri. Hello, Erica.
Well, now, Brooke, the last time we met here, you were chasing after the father of your child. And you, Edmund, you went running out of here like a wild man. So now what happened, Brooke, in the meantime? Did you decide, since you couldn't reel in Tad after all, that you would just settle for second best?
Well, Eric, it's always a pleasure to run into you. And with Dimitri, who's obviously forgotten what a total fool you made out of him with your fake amnesia routine. Tell me, Dimitri, is selective memory loss catching?
Why don't we
get a table?
You know, Edmund, I'm so disappointed in you. I really thought that after the time we spent together in the wine cellar that your taste in women had improved as well as your taste in wine. Obviously not.
Good evening. Table for four?
No.
So, you don't have to be nice to Brooke for my sake, and I don't have to stop liking her for yours.
You could try.
Well, yes, but where would that get me?
Well, that would show you were a man on the record as being able to judge between a real friend and a feral animal in a tacky dress.
Erica, Edmund is in love with Brooke. Edmund, the brother that I have been knocking myself out to get along with. Now, what if he marries her?
Oh, heaven forfend. Well, we'll just hire a deprogrammer.
We will all be one big happy family, which ought to make for very lively Thanksgiving dinners.
Oh, yes, well. But don't try to blame that on me.
Did I do that?
No, not exactly, but you were thinking that. And that's not fair, Dimitri. Really, I have given her every benefit of the doubt, 100 times over. Brooke always does something to make me regret it. Always. I'm telling you, Dimitri, Brooke always starts it. She always starts it every time.
She starts it, Edmund, every time. I mean, usually I let it roll off my back, but I would love to slug her, really. I would, with one hand tied behind my back, I would like to shove every one of her sharp little teeth right down her throat. I mean, that comment she made about Tad, it was low. It was low even for her.
Oh, relax. You know, I've been in the ring with Erica myself. I'm a Golden Gloves champion.
You are not a substitute for Tad.
You know, that was just her best left hook. You just ignore it. I know. It's not true.
Good, because it isn't. It's not even close to the truth.
Well, speaking of Tad, have you spoken to him?
No, he's in California. Dixie flew out there, though, so she's with him now.
I really feel sorry for Tad. I mean, bad enough coming back from the dead and finding out that the woman you love married somebody else, but can you imagine discovering that you had a child with Brooke English? I mean, that's enough to make anyone go off. Anyone. My heart goes out to him.
Well, of course it is. I mean, you and Tad share an important bond. You both have recently recovered from amnesia.
Oh, come on now. You know very well that I started out really having amnesia. I mean, when I borrowed that idea from Ted Orsini, I mean, I had no idea that Ted Orsini was really my dear old buddy, Tad Martin.
Oh, well, just how dear and close was your old buddy, Tad Martin?
Well, didn't he tell you?
Was there something to tell me?
We were friends, you know, from way back. I mean, I knew Tad since we were both children together, actually. I've always adored him.
As a friend? Wait a minute. He wasn't one of your conquests, now, was he?
Well, I never kissed and tell.
Yes, you do. Now, was Tad Martin one that you haven't mentioned?
Does the idea bother you?
Hi. I'm really sorry to intrude you guys, but I was on my way up to my room and I saw you guys sitting here. I thought it might be okay if I brought you your invitation list. You can go over it and maybe get back to me later.
Kendall, please, relax. Take a breath.
Good evening, Mr. Merrick.
Kendall?
The invitations are stacked and ready to be hand-delivered as soon as you okay the final list.
Look, Kendall, why don't you sit down and relax?
No, I couldn't.
Sit.
Well, Erica, is Brooke English on the list?
No, she isn't. And neither is the Boston Strangler.
I just told Dixie that if she wanted Tad, she should go and get him.
Well, you broke your own rule. You got involved.
Well, she didn't thank me.
No, but she obviously listened. She tore out of there to California.
Well, I hope she did. If she did, I'm glad.
Why? I mean, do you want them to get together?
Is this your subtle way of asking me if I have a claim on Tad? I don't.
You have his kid.
My son's last name is English. I mean, Tad and I didn't plan him, all right? He was a miracle. He's my miracle. And his existence doesn't mean that Tad and I share anything more than we ever did.
Yes, but that was before Tad found out about Jamie via Dixie.
That was my mistake, all right? But it should not be a factor in keeping Tad and Dixie apart.
Which is what you convinced Dixie of when she went out west?
It's a separate issue, and it should remain a separate issue.
And you don't expect Tad to want to take an active role in Jamie's life?
I expect Tad to do whatever he feels is right for him. You know, it's more than biology that makes a parent. Look, if he decides that he wants to be Jamie's father, that's fine. That's a big if. But if he wants to, we'll work it out. If he doesn't want to, we'll be fine, all right? Jamie and I have been fine this far, and there's no reason to think that we won't continue to be fine.
Fine. Listen, if they get together and they were meant to be, I hope it works out for them.
I hope so, too.
Well, this guest list is absolutely correct. It's absolutely complete. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
And his calligraphy is gorgeous, isn't it, darling?
Oh, yes, it is. Kendall, did you do this?
I took a course in high school. Well, if this is okay, I can just go and call the delivery service and leave you two alone. Thank you for everything.
You're very welcome.
You have a nice evening.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You know something? You've done a terrific thing, giving her a job and a place to stay.
Well, contrary to your opinion of me, I happen to be a nice person.
Well, I never thought you... Come here, you. I love you. Remember? I adore you. I just thought that it would be nice for Edmund if Brooke were on the list.
Fine, invite her.
You can't bring yourself to invite her, even if your life depended on it, can you?
If I wanted to, I could, but I don't.
Oh. I'll tell you what. I will make you a bet that you cannot be nice to Brooke English for 2 minutes.
Excuse me?
You won't be able to go 2 minutes without insulting her.
What makes you say that? Of course I can. What kind of a bet do you have in mind? How much? $500?
Yeah,
$500? Do you know how many hungry kids I could feed a hot meal on $500? You're on.
Don't look now, but sharp little teeth are headed this way.
I've lost my appetite.
Brooke and Edmund? Hello. We certainly don't mean to interrupt, but I'm sure that you noticed that young lady who sat down just briefly at our table.
No, actually, we didn't notice.
Well, in any case, what she was doing was bringing a guest list to us for the fabulous engagement party that Dimitri and I are having. And guess what happened? I mean, just because of some silly clerical oversight, your name wasn't on the list. So we thought that we would come over here and not to invade your private party in any way, but merely we just thought we would come over here and extend to you face-to-face an in-person invitation. And yours will be hand-delivered. And, Brooke, we sincerely hope that you will join us.
Oh, what a lovely thought, an engagement party for yourself, and you'd like me to be there. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to be washing my hair that night, so I won't be able to attend.
Your hair always looks lovely. And perhaps if you could just adjust your schedule a little bit, and you could wash your hair in the morning, and then perhaps you could join us.
Is she feeling all right?
Oh, Edmund, I was hoping you could change her mind. Really, Brooke, it wouldn't be the same celebration without you. Would it, darling?
How much are you paying her?
Brooke, we'd be pleased to have you there.
Yes, who knows? You might hook your next husband on the dance floor. I mean that in a most sincerely complimentary way.
Excuse us. Enjoy your dinner.
She did it again.
Your hair?
I was provoked.
Make the check payable to the children's relief fund.
You are something else. And I will love you forever.